Hey everybody, welcome back to another DecompresSean cast, episode 18. It has been a year since the last one. Hey guys! Sorry I haven't made a video in a while. That's where we're at right now. I am here with JellyBeaner.
We're legal, boys! 18!
The age is off the clock.
Oh.
It's unbelievable. Jelly, I was spurned to do this by you, so what's up?
Well, Sean, I go by many titles, and the spurner is definitely one of them.
Yeah, you do enjoy chaos. Bit of a mover. Not much of a thinker.
I'm a bit of a mover and a shaker.
You're more of a doer.
More of a stinker. More of a stinker.
Let's go.
Oh, we're so back.
Good start.
We're
back.
so back.
We're warming up. We're easing ourselves in.
We're warming up, and we're warming up, Sean.
I'm warmed up,
dude. All right. All right. Tomorrow we're gonna play Worms while we do it.
No way.
The audience won't know what the fuck we're talking about. We're gonna play Worms while we do the thing.
You
tomorrow.
Think we're gonna be able to pull that off? That's gonna be interesting.
Yes, that is what we're gonna do. That is exactly what we're gonna do.
Because we have to keep them engaged, right? We have to keep them engaged.
Yes.
Because I don't know when the order of these are gonna come out, if it'll even matter. This might come out first, but it won't come out before tomorrow, right? So yeah, tomorrow we're gonna record a special, a gank of fucking all the members of ProAnon, hopefully, or at least close to all of them, doing a final PCP retrospective, looking back on it together as a group now that it's over.
And it's only been over for a year and a half. We're not late to the game.
Not at all, of course. We didn't already keep making episodes when they were already finished or anything, I don't think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully all the quirky characters will show up and be there. Your favorites, your Seatals, your Dunes, your Simids, your Kajoros, your Ritos, your Zax, Jelly, and me, and Shinny.
And Eleazar. I have a plan for Eleazar.
You do. You're gonna rope him in.
I have a plan for Eleazar.
Shareable?
Well, all will be revealed in due time.
Gotcha. Well, Jelly, I guess you also have a preamble, I guess, things to go over with me before we go into that tomorrow as well, supposedly. But I think you're gonna save them for later.
Why don't you start us off, Sean? Why don't you give the people what they want, Sean? Give them the Sean update.
The Sean update, the 1 year Sean update, because the DecompresSean cast, they just kept slowly over time coming out a little bit later and a little bit later, and then it was exponential. It was like 6 months later. And then I listened to the last one that I released a year ago, and it was like, yeah, I didn't make one in 6 months. So now it's been a year. So that means the next one's going to come out in 2 years at this rate. But
oh, I can't wait. Wait. Just in time for Morbius.
Morbius 2. Yeah, in 2028.
We're going to watch 2027 is when we're watching Morbius.
Yeah, we have that scheduled in the server.
And then we're going to watch Morbius 2 in 2032.
Damn. If they make it, right? It's still not out yet.
If they make it.
Sadly.
No. Yeah, there's no Morbius 2 yet.
Sadly, no Morbin for a dose there.
Dude, it's morbing time.
It will be. Once again, the morbers will rise. What do you even call is a morber even what you would call a Morbius fan?
I like morbers.
Morbers, that's pretty good.
Maybe more buzz, let's not hard R, okay?
Gotcha.
My morba, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I haven't fucking made one of these in a while. I figure there hasn't been much of a point. I've just been wage slaving. The job arc, it continues. As it does. It marches on forever and ever, getting promoted and raised and moved into different positions and climbing the wagey ladder. That's just how it is. I don't have a lot of time during the days. Got them 40-hour work weeks, 12 to 9. Yeah, that's kind of how it's been. Why I haven't done much in a while. I've tried my best. I've clawed what time I could from weekends and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. A lot's happened since the last one, I guess. Kajoro joked that we had begun watching Bleach. Bleach is finished. We've finished it. It's over. We're all the way caught up, even with the new cores. It is an interesting show. It's very cool. It's very styled. It's got emotional beats. It's a good shonen, I'd say. It's weird. It's like some of the other shonens, but simultaneously not like a lot of the other shonens, really.
Simultaneously.
Yeah. We watched Haruhi. That's probably one of my favorite shows ever. It's like insanely good. Yeah, the anime boys, we were birthed into the world and died, and then Movie Club revived in its place a year ago.
Did you and Kajuro watch, what is it called? The Crazy Eight or whatever?
Endless Eight? Yeah.
Endless Eight, yeah.
We did. Me, Kajuro...
8 Crazy Asians?
Yeah, me, Kajuro, Elizar, we did indeed watch all 8 Endless Eight. I think it was worth it. I think it made it more emotionally impactful. It was really cool.
I did not do that because I'm not a psychopath.
That checks out. Yeah, a year ago, all that stuff has happened. I got COVID, actually. Like, legit ass COVID for, like, the first time. It sucked. I missed work, I think, for, like, 2 weeks or something like that.
Damn, 2 weeks?
Yeah. Or at least, like, I definitely... Like, I was supposed to cover a night shift at one point. I was training for it. The first day that I was training for it was when I had COVID, which is, like, fucking wild. So, I mean, I definitely had that week off. I just don't recall if I had another or not.
I got COVID as well, like a year and a half ago. I was sick for a day and a half, and then I crushed COVID beneath my boot, like the ant that it is, and moved on.
The ant evax that you are.
Yeah, and I haven't gotten it since. Because my body is strong like bull. My bowels, they are filled with several acids that just dissolve anything that it touches, including my own stomach liner. I'm slowly eating myself alive. Please send help.
He needs to go to the doctor, stat.
And I refuse to go.
And he won't go.
I won't be caught dead. I will be caught dead at a doctor's office because that's the only way you're getting me in there.
As if he's gone and dead. Done and fucking dusted.
So true. One more year, Sean. One more year.
Oh no. It keeps getting slimmer and slimmer in time.
So true.
So a year. It's a lot of time. Kajuro was fucking jobless, bitchless. I think he might have went back to India. Was he still in Atlanta? I think he might have been still in Atlanta, but he went back to India, which is fucking cringe. And it sucks for everything, and in all scheduling purposes, it is a nightmare, as it always has been with the ProAnon. It is a fucking nightmare to ever get all of us in the same place at the same time, which is also why we're looking forward to tomorrow, because most of us will be there, assumably.
I hope we can get the whole squad.
It sounds like it.
I don't think we've gotten a no.
Yeah, I don't think we've gotten a hard no. We've gotten...
Oh, what about Nonibra? Have you heard from Nonibra?
He said, I said, hope you're ready for Saturday. He said...
Wait. Let me, I'll play Nonibra. You ask the question, I'll be Nonibra.
I said, hope you're ready for Saturday.
Yeah.
And that translates to never. Supposedly. I don't know how jokey or serious that is.
I mean, he doesn't work on the weekends. He said that Saturdays are good for him. So, and 6 p.m. is like, hold on. Let me do the math here.
Yeah.
We've got 6 p.m. EST to Morocco time.
I think it's midnight for him.
That'll be midnight, which is nothing. That's nothing.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, hopefully he's not got anything going on. I mean, I know he's not... Well, I guess I don't know, but I figure he's not making videos for people, since videos aren't coming out, and... I don't know, it just depends, I guess, but...
We'll have to talk to him about that tomorrow if he comes on. I'd be curious to see...
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to pick his brain about his editing, like, career.
Yeah, it is interesting. And, you know, it's kind of funny, too, because just tangential to that, I guess, Ben is looking for an editor, like, for his next lecture, because he...
Oh.
Yeah, and like he was like, yeah, this one took too long to come out, and yada yada yada. They need to come out faster, and even then, because earlier was the last year, he had like an editor contest or whatever, right? He had like a randomized editor contest that a bunch of people entered. I think he entered it, but Ben, I guess he wasn't like blown away or whatever by all the editing, or I guess more succinctly how he put it, it wasn't how he would have edited it, so that's why he just ended up doing it on his own, which was kind of weird. But I don't know, I guess that's why it took so long, in addition to it being obviously a fucking giant video. But
I mean, what fucking editing was he expecting? I watched the Bionicle lecture. There, the editing was PNGs on the screen. Like what? There was no
yeah,
like cuts. There was no effects.
I don't really know. I don't know. I guess I'd have to pick his brain more on that or something. But like, yeah, I don't know. It was mostly images. It was mostly that stuff. It was. I mean, I don't know. Maybe little comments. I mean, yeah, I don't know. The PNGs moved, but that's not exactly like, I don't know. Like, what the fuck is there to say about that?
I mean, Ben could have just time stamped the notes that he wanted and then just told the editor put them here at this timestamp.
Yeah, I don't know. And No Need is like someone who he already knows, you know, like he already kind of like, I don't know, I wouldn't say he has like a rapport, but like he's aware of No Need, and obviously he's like a trusted individual that could probably handle that. I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, maybe we'll ask him about that tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, No Nibra edits all of or a lot of Best Guy's, videos, and those are great. So,
Yeah, that
from an editing perspective.
yeah, they definitely are well edited, I would say. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a conundrum, truly. I guess a fresh announcement. I guess Cetal's getting a new job. I didn't inquire what that entails. Everyone else is doing their things, but yeah, we're gonna see how things go for the future. That's kind of what ProAnon's been up to, I guess. I've been doing the
More on
same
that
shit.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned to the ProAnon fuck, what the fuck is our name? The Procrastinators Anonymous channel.
Yeah.
Hot new video coming to you.
Remind
coming
everyone
right on your face.
that they're still subscribed to us so they can unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Because that's how the algorithm works, kind of, sometimes. Because you just have to keep posting slop, otherwise you become irrelevant, and when you remind people that you exist, you remind them to unsubscribe from you. Woo! I love YouTube.
So true. So true.
I've also been gaming. That's what the gamer lad does. I've beaten many fucking RPG in like a year. I think I might have like just started Octopath, but I beat both those games. Super good, super underrated.
They look pretty.
Yeah, they are. They are very classical, like 2D/3D. Kind of like the new Dragon Quest 3 remake. If you've ever seen like a trailer for that one, they're super neat. They have amazing music. I gotta say, some amazing tracks, especially from the second game. The second game, like, you can tell, right? Like, the first game, if you ever would play it or watch it or something, it's very, like, basic, but, still good, still decent, still good soundtracks and all that stuff. Two is literally just an improvement in, like, all ways. It's, like, absurd. It's really, really, really good. A game I heavily enjoyed and is very prevalent in my mind in the last year. Another JRPG. What's up?
Oh, are you still going your GRPJ spiel?
I mean, that was just like my first bit. I have like a whole.
No, keep going.
Okay, so yeah,
please do not, please don't harm me anymore. please.
Quick update from the Gamer Don. So yeah, Rebirth came out last year. I think it was like April. It felt better than Remake. There are some like fundamental things about the game design that I don't necessarily like though, and that kind of reminds me of like why I enjoy games more like Kingdom Hearts and DMC and stuff. Just like you have to like do this whole fucking like strategy thing. Like even though it's an action RPG, I don't know, it fucking walks this weird tightrope of being about strategy, right? And trying to like have the right shit equipped. Otherwise you just can't like win a battle. Like, I don't know, sometimes it feels like for the end game challenges, at least, that's kind of what I'm referring to, is it really shoehorns you into like a specific like play style. And it's like, how would you even like figure these things out without looking them up or like looking up a guide or whatever, right? Because the challenges at the end of the game, the virtual challenges or whatever, they're so insanely hard that like you can't just beat them through normal means, right? And it's all that stuff that I just referred to. That makes me not like it as much as a game like FF16 or any Kingdom Hearts game, where I feel like your options are a lot higher and you can just kind of beat the game as it is, and you don't have to be shoehorned into a specific cheese or a specific play style. Is kind of my short cliff note thoughts about like all those games. I'm currently replaying 16 New Game Plus right now, and it is a lot of fun on Final Fantasy mode, which is like a little hard mode. Last DecompresSean, I mentioned Hades. I wanted them to like make the second one.
Hades nuts.
Hades nuts. They did it. They made Hades 2. Hades 2 nuts. It's still very good. Debatably, it's more fun, I would say, than like Hades 1. It's got more shit going on. I'm invested in the plot, but at that same accord of it being more fun and whatnot, it is easier, sadly. It's not as like difficult as Hades 1 was, I'd say, because and here's my evidence for this, essentially summed up.
Pushes up glasses.
Yeah, pushes up my glasses and holds my index finger up. Hades 1, like one of the harder things you can do in that is like a super high heat run, right? You put a bunch of modifiers, increase your heat score. I spent a hot minute going for a 32 heat, because that's the hardest difficulty in which you still like get a reward from it, right? There's like these statues that you get, yada yada. So that was like a hard challenge in Hades 1. Took me several attempts over like days, I think, to like do that, right? Because I would like kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hypocritical for me to say this because I shoehorned myself into a playstyle in order to like do that, but in the end I didn't need to because I just kind of got better over time. But I don't know, maybe that's part of it too, is that I played a lot of Hades, so like I'm already decent at the game, and maybe that's why I find Hades 2 easier. My point being, to bring this all into a fucking wrap, there's fear in Hades 2, which is like the heat equivalent. I ran 30 fear runs in Hades 2, and I beat them like first and second try. So that to me is definitely like something that shows that it might be kind of too easy in a way. I mean, granted, you know, the fear versus heat, I think the modifiers, some of them are different, but still, that's just kind of my short thoughts on that as well. Granted, they're still expanding Hades 2. I think there's still another like region that they're gonna make. However, I will say it is cool. It is good design that they have an up route and a down route that is super cool. Yeah, it's basically like double the game that Hades 1 was. Truly, rooms are more spacious, more detailed.
Did they pull a Binding of Isaac and change the art style, or is it consistent between both games?
I would say consistent. I mean, obviously, probably have to judge it for yourself, but I mean, the palette and stuff is different, but I think it all looks good. It's very cohesive. Like, you can tell a lot of the characters, and like the ones that are related to each other, they'll have like little trinkets and charms that are like kind of the same across different characters. Like people who ally themselves with like the knight and shit, they all have like the same like little details on them. They'll have like a little moon thing or whatever, and or they'll have like similar belts or color schemes, things of that nature. That's like another cool thing, I would say. Yeah, there's like more features and stuff too. You can like buy, I mean, a lot of this stuff was in Hades 1 as well, and they've kind of just been like re-adding it, but they also have expanded on it too. Like the whole pet familiars thing, like none of that was in Hades 1. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, there are also like darkness challenge run things. Those are cool. I think that's definitely a new thing. It's honestly, I mean, I know I mentioned it earlier, but Octopath, it is kind of like the Octopath 2. Yeah, it's almost like a sequel is a sequel. I know, great realization, but it is just true. They are kind of like expanding on everything, making everything better. So I'm glad. It is fun. I'm invested in the story. I want to see how it all ends.
I want to be a video game boy. I want to enjoy video games.
Yeah.
I've been on a kick. I mean, I've toned down recently, but I was on a big kick of just like regathering, picking up all the old retro games from my childhood and hoarding them like a little goblin, and then not playing them, just sitting on my treasure and not playing them. Like I started a Mario Sunshine playthrough like 6 months ago, and I have not touched it since.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like, why don't I want to play video games?
I vibe with that.
I just have not felt like playing video games for some reason, and I don't know why, because they're fun. I just don't want to do it. I don't know.
Jelly, I feel similarly. I'm going to attack this from two angles here. So one is we're really spoiled with choice these days, right? Because you collect all your games, and I'm in the same boat. I have a bajillion games, a bunch of fucking skeletons in my closet. Shit I know I want to play. Like, I know I want to do that shit, and that I would enjoy it, but I just don't, like, when push comes to shove, I just don't end up doing it, right? Like, I think I would love Dark Souls, right? I think I would love, like, playing that kind of game really fucking hard. Elden Ring, even, all that shit, FromSoft games in general. I just, like, never, like, when push comes to shove, I just never end up, like, actually fucking launching that game or downloading it or whatever. But, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, my other angle is multiplayer games, too. I'm, like, I don't know, I'm so jaded now. I'm so much more fucking jaded than I was in, like, 2016, even through, like, 2020, I guess, maybe even. It's like, yeah, Overwatch, guys. And it's like, now it's like, we're spoiled for choice, and other people are like, man, you should play Rivals, bro. You should play Love. It's like, I should not touch that with a 10-foot pole. I would be, that is crack. If I tried that, I would be too addicted. I don't want to, like, even fucking try. I don't even want to bother. It's just more hero slop. Everyone fucking parroted the point. Oh, we're so over this shit. We're so over hero shooters. And this is totally hypocritical from me because I play some Deadlock too. But everyone was saying that, and then as soon as fucking Marvel Slop came out, everyone jumped back on board. Everyone disregarded their fucking higher level thinking and said, "Nah, I'm going back in, boys. I'm going back into the Overwatch fucking mindset." Of just grinding out the hero shooters relentlessly and endlessly to no avail.
I just don't I don't understand the appeal of hero shooters like Overwatch, like Marvel Rivals, because there isn't like gun mechanics or gun tech. Really, it's just they just all have these just like generic fucking attacks, and you just spam the attacks until you kill the other person. Whereas like with a game like Apex, there's like tech. There's like mechanical tech that you can do, and certain things you can do with the characters that is very unique.
Yeah.
Or very unique things with the guns, and like the gunplay is really solid, and the movement is really solid in that game.
Yeah.
Whereas like you look at Overwatch or Marvel Rivals, and they're just stomping around the map all the same way. I just don't get it. I don't get the appeal.
Yeah, it's just a rainbow fucking collage of colors and bullshit in a team fight, too. Like, you can never tell what's going on. Like, if you were to try and explain something to someone who, like, explain this shit to someone who knows nothing about fucking gaming or whatever, it's very MOBA-esque in a way, or, I don't know, I guess Deadlock is kind of the fucking both worlds in that sense, but, like, I don't know, I guess part of the reason why I like Deadlock at least a little bit is, like, it's MOBA plus hero shooter. There's more of an element to it, right? Where, like you're saying, kind of like there is like movement tech and stuff, and the whole melee system, you can parry. Like there's kind of like complex shit you can do that makes it more than just your Overwatch ability spam fest. That's kind of why I like that, I guess. But I don't know. It's just like the fact that Marvel Rivals got so popular so fast is just kind of baffling to me. It just kind of sucks.
I know what you mean. I don't know if I would say it's baffling. I'm not surprised that everyone is disappointing.
Yeah, the better word.
It's disappointing. I'm not surprised that everyone fucking is sucking the cock of Marvel Rivals. You know, it's like quick, snappy, jump in, jump out fun for people, and that's just how people play. That's just how people play.
It's for normies.
It is for normies, and like that's how people have played multiplayer shooters for a while. Like this isn't a new thing. It's just it sucks. It just sucks. It's boring. It's lame, and it sucks. And it's I've jumped into calls of people playing Marvel Rivals, and it just sounds so fucking boring. It's just like I don't know. They just the fucking lame ass call outs that they do. I don't know. It just sucks.
It does. It does. I agree. It's sad because I don't know. Even people like my brother and stuff too. Like I don't know. We were supposed to play some Deadlock together, and then he jumped on the Rivals train. I was like, oh shit, that's kind of sad.
Yeah. We lost another one, boys.
Yeah, lost another person to the crack rock. It's like, oh shit. People don't. They didn't fucking listen. Okay, when we were roasting the shit out of people for playing League and MOBAs and stuff, which granted I know, again, hypocritical for me saying this, but unironically, uninstall all like competitive games. Like it fucking sucks. There's like a million amazing single player games that we could all like be playing and enjoying and talking about rather than playing competitive multiplayer games. I don't know. It's a bit hyperbolic in my sense. I'm kind of memeing it up, but it is also kind of true. Like grinding away at League all day, grinding away at any MOBA, any competitive fucking shooter, just to be fucking gold, just to be fucking plat, maybe.
Oh, fucking
Sucks.
awful. Awful. I hate the like gold, diamond, platinum systems. And like this has been around for fucking decades. Like Call of Duty was doing this before any of the others, and it was called prestiging. And I didn't do that shit either. It's like, why the fuck would I care about some dumb title in a game or maxing out like all of my classes and then starting over? Why the fuck would I want to do that?
Interesting.
I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like I am here. I'm playing the shooter because I like the gameplay loop. I don't give a fuck about cosmetics. I don't give a fuck about prestige or fucking gold or platinum or oh, I hate competitive gamers. I hate them. They're so fucking obnoxious.
I mostly agree with you. I don't know. I mean, I was a big like prestige kind of guy back in the day. I don't really. I mean, now that you mention it, now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, I don't really know why either. I guess I don't know. I guess there was something satisfying though about like that like reset. I guess in terms of just like I don't know, like seeing how good you could still do, like even without all your max shit.
But you can just take off all your attachments and do that without
Yeah.
prestiging. Like you can facilitate that, gimping yourself without literally losing access to all your shit. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess people just like the system of unlocking attachments and
Yeah.
shit.
XP too, right? Like
And
resetting XP.
I don't like any of that shit. I when I play a game, I want access to everything. That's why I fucking like Apex so much. Because like, yeah, you do have to go find the shit, but it's all there for you to theoretically grab. There's no like unlocking shit. I hate unlocks. I don't want to unlock. Give me the game. All right, give me a full complete game. Give me all of the mechanics. Lay them bare before my feet, slave, and allow me to pick and choose and play with all the mechanics. Don't fucking hide your shit behind fucking unlocks and XP bonuses and don't make me buy Mountain Dew and then get double XP weekends. You fuck. God.
It encourages the cycle, the fucking dreaded cycle.
It's awful. Gaming, like modern normie, wide appeal gaming is just fucking awful.
Cooked.
It's so bad.
Absolutely cooked.
I mean, like, not only are like the types of games that are coming out bad, they also just look bad.
Yeah.
Like, we're still on this fucking hyper realism bullshit. Like, oh, we gotta max the fuck out of that graphics card. I want your graphics card screaming and crying while you play this game. It's like, oh, and that'll be 120 gigs of space with 30 gig updates every month. Thank you very much. What the fuck? What happened to compression?
Bad.
Why the fuck can we not? Nintendo's the only people that still know how to fucking compress their games. Now, granted, their graphical fidelity is nowhere near modern AAA games.
Yeah.
But they know how to compress their shit.
Yeah, and what you're touching on, Jelly, is kind of a broader issue of like hardware and software, right? Because we're always trying to like fucking be on like the cutting edge, and we're always trying to like improve shit. And what's happening, and you're a victim of this too, is you have a graphics card, you know, it might be fairly powerful, all things considered, but developers are not even making games where it can't even run on your system, like, no matter what. It's like, they're so intensive, so fucking new, fucking ray tracing, cutting edge bullshit. Yeah, they just won't even run on older systems. Like, yeah, you have to, like, buy into the fucking cycle of like getting a new computer every like 3 or 4 or 5 years or whatever, and it's like so bullshit. It is so annoying.
I mean, I get it. They're a business. They're a multi-billion-dollar business, and they need to keep making money, which means they need to keep making games, and they need to keep making newer hardware and all this. It's just like it's not innovation for the sake of innovation. It's innovation for the sake of making money, and that's sickening.
The motives are all out of whack, truly, and that's like a bigger thing with games. It's just like, it has to be the only game on your fucking console now, fucking COD and shit, and how big they are, how big the updates are, how much fucking RAM and CPU that shit takes to run. It's like, people joke all the time, right? Like, even with the PS4 games, how their fucking
What
their
games?
PS4s were overheating. the 3 games that are on there, whatever. It's, oh man, yeah, bro, I gotta throw my 5 ice packs on my PS4 just so it can like run the game at a reasonable temperature, you know, so it's fans aren't kicking in and sounding like a wind turbine in your fucking living room or whatever. It's like crazy.
I don't understand why people buy the PS5 or the PS4 or the Xbone or the X or whatever the fuck the new Xboxes are. I don't know. Like, what what is there to play on them? Halo is shit. CODs are all the fucking same. There's no good exclusives. Like
Let me justify myself, because I have a PS5.
mm-mm-mm.
I basically exclusively bought it for Final Fantasy 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's basically the reason I bought it. And in all likelihood, if they even announce a Kingdom Hearts in time, I'll probably need the PS
I don't
6
know
by
about
then.
that one, brother.
I don't know.
I don't know about
Yeah.
another Kingdom Hearts game anytime soon.
It's been... did you know it's been 1,000 days since that trailer?
Trailer for...
4.
Oh. I didn't even know they had a trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah, it's I made a video on it. Maybe we can watch it after this together.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, that's it's like one of the lowest viewed videos on my channel, which is weird. But yeah, there was a trailer about 1,000 days ago, and and guess what? We have had no updates pretty much since then. Like, zero, zilch, nada. Like, no new information, no new trailer, no nothing, more or less. Like, we've had inklings and rumblings and rumors, but no like actual concrete like, look forward to this. We've just been like radio silence for over 2 years. It's fucking, it's nuts.
You know, I don't like that approach to like art in general. Like, in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
here's what I want. Make the art and then release the art.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to advertise the art before you release it, I'm fine with that as long as you've already got it complete. Like, let's say you've got it complete and you're going to release it in a month and you spend the whole month hyping up the release. That's fine, you know? But don't fucking tease me about a game that is still in fucking pre-production.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about anything if it's in fucking pre-production. Kill yourself. Fucking annoying. So fucking annoying. And I know they only do it because it's like they want to just tickle my balls and then blue ball me for 4 or 5 years, like they did with the fucking Elder Scrolls 6 trailer.
Yeah.
That they did like what, 3 or 4 years ago, and it's been radio silence since. Like, come on.
It sucks. See, you know what they're doing though, right? They're trying to put their $300 gorillion budget into making the game.
Oh my god. I'm so sick. I don't understand how these publishers or game companies or whatever don't. How have they not learned their lesson? Like, how have they not looked at these fucking massive flops? Like, I don't even remember what the fuck that sheer. It was another hero shooter, I think, that was like called Cum Squad.
Concord?
Yeah, Cum Squad. And what was it, like a fucking gorillion dollar budget?
Yeah.
And it fucking flopped.
This is gonna be the next Destiny. $200 million or whatever into a game that. How fast did it got pulled off the fucking market fast?
Like same week.
Something like that. Concurrent players, fucking none. Like fucking single digit.
How do they not get it? Like it's like, did you not see like the history of like video games for the past like 30 to 40 years and all the success that has been had with like, Nintendo, who's always successful, like the PS2 platformer mascot era. All those games were massively successful. The like fucking Doom and Quake and fucking Halo, these early shooters. Like you see how they did it. You see the success, and you're like, hey, let's try this stupid fucking retarded thing. And let's pump millions of dollars into it. Gorillions of dollars into it. I just don't get it.
We need the most realistic, authentic sound effects and uncompressed files that you've ever seen, Jelly. It just needs to be done, right?
I'm so sick of it all.
It's tiring is what it is. It's very tiring. And I'm saying some of this too as someone who, unironically, my cousin does work for Raven. Right, who helps with COD. So like sometimes I talk with him on and off, and it's like he's like, yeah, such and such is really annoying to deal with, and blah blah blah, and like like the community is always harping on like skill-based matchmaking being bad and all this stuff, and it's just these fucking designers, like in my opinion at least, it's just the fucking like designers, man. Like they just don't know what the fuck they're doing, and it's sad. Sad as fuck.
We have lost our way. We have lost our way to making good video games. This is why I surround myself with like old early 2000s like video game shit, because like these are all great games. Like fucking I've got all the Halos, pre 343, which are all fucking 10 out of 10s. Fucking Mario Sunshine, any of the WarioWare games, fucking Pikmin, and like all these Game Boy games. I have all this cool shit to play, and it's all great shit. It's all awesome, sick, soulful shit. It's like, what happened? I know what happened. I'm just saying what happened for dramatic effect.
What does the monkey says? Or I guess he's parodying someone else when he says, "What were they thinking?
Yeah, what were they thinking? Yeah. Oh, Monkey Jones, I'm gonna break your bones. Yeah.
Do you want to know what I did, Jelly? What I did for this whole ass last year? So at work, I put a sticky note, a forever fucking sticky note that sat attached on my desk for a whole year. It was a 2024 game list, apparently, where my general resolution was to like not buy any new games for the most part. Like as long as it wasn't something I was like already looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of broke the mold with like Final Fantasy because it came out like in April or whatever, like not that long after, right? But I honestly don't know. I don't know if I can say I held myself super well to like not buying any game. I feel like I definitely bought some games, but I feel like where I did hold myself pretty well was, I made a list, right, of like games I kind of like wanted to play and shit. I basically made a list of like 3 or 4 like main ones. Like I wanted to get through like both Octopaths, right? And I wanted to like go back and play FF16, which is what I'm doing right now. And I basically accomplished those things, and I accomplished some of the other things on that list too. I did have to fucking take a look at that list again, but I guess I know one thing that I did do as well is I finished like a DMC5. I had like a Dante Must Die, so like not the hardest difficulty, but like the hardest normal difficulty Virgil run. And I did that, and that was so fun. That was so fucking fun. Like relearning that game again and going against fucking Dante for the final boss and like getting my ass kicked, and then I like fucking it's literally like from an anime, right? Like you start to like read the boss's moves and you get used to it, and like you fucking dodge and parry and do all this shit and get an insane combo on them. It's like, oh fuck yeah. He uses his desperation move and it's like it's so fucking Kino. And they just don't make games like that anymore. I guess like FF16 is really good and it kind of comes close to that. That to me is like probably my favorite game that's come out in the last several years, honestly. FF16 is really good.
I can't remember the last new game that I bought. I generally just don't buy new games because nothing interests me, and I don't really want to pay $60 for a game. Now, paradoxically, I will pay, high dollar amounts for retro games, but that's only because a lot of the good ones
supply and demand
are in high fucking demand. And they've been like that for years, and all the prices are hawked up, hawked to a...
Yeah, more hardware than software, too, because it's retro. You can't just copy and paste it or whatever. And I mean, you can, but it's not the same.
Yeah, sure, like, I could emulate all the games that I've bought over the years for free, and I could plug in a GameCube controller into my computer and play it that way, but that's not Epic, Sean.
Yeah, it's not
emulating retro games is not Epic. I want to play. I want to put fucking Yoshi's Island for the Game Boy Advance into my Game Boy player and play it on my GameCube on my CRT. That's what I want.
Yeah.
And by George, I will.
And he does.
And I do.
Yeah, you will not be playing the DS under your bed covers. Say the emulator bros.
Yeah. God, I love the DS Lite. I love the DS Lite.
One of my biggest regrets, Jelly. I think I've said it before in these DecompresSean casts. I regret it all. I regret getting rid of all my old shit.
Oh.
Should never have gotten rid of it.
Oh, yeah. No. I won't retell the story because I told this the last DecompresSean cast I was on. Where I just fucking gave away all my Game Boy games like a fucking retard. It's, I have a hard policy now. I will never, ever, ever get rid of anything. Like, I don't care if I feel like, oh, I'll never touch this again. I'm not getting rid of it. Because I know I'm going to fucking regret it.
I literally do not... I have an Xbox... whatever the fuck this is. An Xbox X or something? Whichever one is like the PS4 Pro equivalent, I think. I haven't used it in years. In several years, I think, at this point. I'm not going to get rid of it. I just don't see the point in getting rid of it. And if I were to come to regret getting rid of it later, I just don't want to be at this same point again that I am right now. Even the same thing with the Switch. I really don't use my Switch as much as I maybe should, but I have no reason to dump it. No reason to get rid of it. I might fucking need it at some point later or want it.
I think an argument could be made for like the newer Xboxes and PlayStations, because I mean, again, no games. The Switch has a plethora of games to play. Like I've got a PS4 sitting in like storage, and I have an Xbox One. I wouldn't care about getting rid of the Xbox One because again, no fucking games. There's nothing on it I would want to play. But I think the PS4 is like, especially the white one, which is what I have, is super slick. It is a fucking sweet ass looking console. Like, it's a simple design, but it is slick. And I'll keep it just for that, because I just like the way it looks. And plus, I can play the Little Big Planet games and Dreams, which are good games. Even though the fucking developers of Dreams never fucking delivered on their multiplayer promise. There's couch multiplayer, but there's no online multiplayer. Oh my god, this is so infuriating. So you know what Dreams is, right?
Yeah, Lev showed it to me before.
It's a fucking, you can make actual, real, like, legit games in it, but you can't play them online with people. What the fuck? What were they thinking?
What were they thinking? Oh my god. Jelly, I think I don't know if this is maybe a good thing or a bad thing, but like because of our complaints as gamers, what it feels like to me is that things are slowly being pushed more towards like software, right? And I guess I don't know, I'm trying to rationalize and philosophize through this because I don't know, like as things become more and more software based, they're going to be more available, right? Because they're just files that can be copied and pasted, which is kind of like a good thing in a way for like preservability, but at the same I don't know, but at the same time like hardware, it's hardware. And also like I don't know, but if the companies are fucking spurred on and motivated enough to actually like upload their old games or like to a fucking database or whatever to their store, like that would kind of like be a good thing. But I don't know, it's such a weird thing.
I genuinely don't see any reason for Sony or Microsoft to continue making consoles because they're not innovating. They're not doing anything interesting. They don't have any cool games under their belts in recent years. Nintendo's still doing cool shit. Like the Switch is a really cool console.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Wii U was a cool console. The Wii was a cool console. The GameCube, like all their iterations of consoles and handhelds have all been cool. Like yeah, they're gimmicky and they're not super powerful, but they're fucking cool. They're creative and they're fun. And whereas like you look at Xbox, it's like oh, it can fucking here's the latest schloppa, fucking Glub Shadow box that can run fucking Call of Duty
FIFA
90,
26.
yeah, FIFA 26. Fucking
Need for Speed.
oh, you can see the hairs on the back of the neck of this football player. It's like I don't give a fuck.
Oh, the women are more realistic, because that'll definitely make them look
Oh, look at all
better
these
and
fat brown women with stretch marks and bald ass heads that we're putting in our games. Don't you want that?
even though it's totally against what the original character designs and concepts were, we have to do it for DEI, Jelly, our favorite 3-letter acronym. Totally not ruining games.
I got a 3-letter word for you, video game industry. FAG.
Fellowship of Atheist Gamers. You're so right, Jelly. You're so right.
Oh, no. It's Federation of Asshole Gamers. Sean, please tell me that you know what the Federation of Asshole Gamers is.
I don't know. Is it before my time?
Oh no. Okay, so you know who Keemstar is, right?
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
but...
okay. I'll give you the rundown. I'll give you the sick ass history of the FAG. This guy named Duranker, who is a pretty well known like online video game troll. He stumbled across Keemstar in a Halo 3 matchmaking lobby where Keemstar was like shit faced and like talking mad shit and just having a good time. And then the two of them got together, and then they found this other guy, $2, and then Robot. I don't think I'm missing anyone else. But they.
This is some OG lore.
Yeah, dude, this is like
good shit.
Old YouTube shit. And they created this group where they would just play all these online multiplayer games and just fuck with people. And it was so fucking sick. It was awesome. And they brought in other little funny kooky characters here and there. It was great. It was a fun time.
Damn.
I would highly recommend going back and like checking out the FAG content. It's all like none of the original videos are still around, but people have copied them and re-uploaded them here and there. So
gotcha. Yeah, maybe I'll look that up after this or something. Sounds like a lot of fun.
The good old days of gaming where you could say slurs and rip people open a new one, and then everyone was cool with it because that was the culture. Now you can't. Now you see, as much as
they record your conversations. Jelly.
Yeah, record your conversations, or don't even allow you to speak to the other team. As much as I love Apex, I think it's a tight game. The developers are fucking pussies for not allowing you to be able to talk to the other people in the game you're playing. Like, if it had proximity chat, oh my god. That would be godly, but they're not going to do it because we don't want to promote toxicity in the game and we don't want people to be mean to each other. Shut up, faggot. God. Video game developers are such pussies nowadays. They're such pussies. Every single one of you. If you make modern video games, I'm talking to you. You're a pussy faggot. That's my spiel.
There it is. Yeah, and I don't know. I guess kind of tangential to how this whole thing started. So, yeah, I made that list at work. So, I crossed off a bunch of things. Probably not as many as I would have liked, really. I mean, I crossed off like the Octopath, I crossed off DMC, crossed off FF7 Rebirth, and I'm on the verge of like crossing off FF16. But the general point that I want to loop back to as well is like in the last DecompresSean cast a fucking year ago, I really it was kind of prophetic in a way, because I was like, yeah, man, my work it's like hyping up like certs and stuff, bro. And I really did do good work last year, you know. Got 3 certs. You know, not like the best or most amazing, but like 3 certs in 1 year is like still pretty good, I think, at least. And, you know, they paid for them all and all that good shit, and I'll probably be getting fucking promo in a second here. But yeah, I don't know. I made a lot of lists and goals within this last year. I don't think I really achieved all of them, but I achieved enough to make me proud, you know, to make me happy. I can look back and say that I really fucking put my mind to this shit and did it.
You know what?
You know, among other things. Yeah.
You're right, Sean. You're so right. I am proud of you, Sean. You've come a long way from folding mini boxes and making mini sandwiches.
Yeah, it's true. I'm so glad. I don't know. Am I a class traitor? Kinda, I guess, huh?
A class traitor? What do you mean?
I don't know. The fact that I've became the very thing that I swore against. I'm basically in the coziest, cushiest, fucking wagey job. I'm not poor anymore. I guess I don't know.
You know that's reality, Sean. I'm all for people, you know, making a living off of their art, but you know, it's just not realistic. You know, it's very unlikely that you will ever succeed at that. And I am more of the,
unless you try.
Yeah, I'm more of the opinion of
if you half-ass it.
You know, I'll do some fucking schloppa wagey job, and then I'll just do my hobbies, you know, on the weekends, you know, and then I can just do them for me. I don't have to have this hovering shadow specter of, oh God, I gotta make content this month or I'm not gonna be able to pay my bills. Like, that would suck. I'd hate that.
Yeah, that's how some things or some people have their own shit set up too. But at the same time, I don't know. It's interesting because it's like, if that is your life, you have to make it work like that, right? Like, you can't. I don't know. If you're just charging people monthly and not doing anything, I mean, that's literally a scam, right? Like,
yeah.
pretty much. Because a lot of the time, for a lot of people that we know and we have been involved with and watched the rise and fall
Waka.
People still are patrons to some of these people despite no fucking activity, no fucking movement. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of sad and ironic because I think that's one of the things that like the PCP was kind of like talking about even in their early days, right? Jelly, you can verify me on this, but weren't they mentioned Spoonie a lot, right?
Yes, they did.
And they really love to like point and laugh at him and like, he's hasn't done anything, but he still like charges or whatever, right? And they became the very things that they all swore to destroy.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'll go into it more tomorrow on our little ProAnon cast, but I have been rewatching the PCP content from the beginning, and they do mention Spoonie multiple times throughout multiple episodes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that is something that I vividly remember through rewatching some of the early day PCP stuff. It's like, yeah, wait, didn't they like give him a lot of shit for that? And then, you know, push comes to shove, long while later, kind of ended up in the same boat. I mean, that being said, it is nuanced. Like, I know we're kind of like fucking dogging on them, but like, so I know some of them, I mean, we were looking at this last night, I forget the specifics, but like some of them charge per month. Some of them charge per creation or whatever. I think most of them actually do, but yeah, I don't know. It's just when you espouse certain ideals and like you just continually let yourself down via your own words, like that is something that's like, even from the beginning, right? Even from my beginnings with this community, with my early days, it's like I still kind of hold that belief, right? It's like
And, I'm sure, I'm sure that, people that do that, or at least the people we're talking about, they're aware. I think they're self-aware enough to understand, like, oh fuck, I'm in
yeah.
this position. I didn't really achieve what I set out to do. Life's hard. Art's hard. Making money on your art is hard. I get it. But it's also like, fuck, man. You talk about all this passion, how you want to do this, and then like this is your result.
Yeah.
This is how it's gonna end. You're just gonna give up.
With a whimper.
Yeah.
Not a bang.
You're just gonna go quietly into the night.
Silent fart.
And I know nothing about silent farts. My farts are loud and wet.
They don't call him the Brapper for
Oh,
nothing.
they call me many things. Many things.
The East Coast Brapper.
The East Coast brapper. Don't sleep with your windows open. I'll be brapping my way in there.
Silent but deadly. No, not silent but
Loud
deadly.
and
The
deadly.
opposite.
Loud and deadly. Loud and stinky.
Loud, deadly, and wet, like a fucking tsunami. Tsunami of smell.
I think all this talk about new bad, old good, disappointing creators. I did want to talk about this kind of idea. The classic cliche line, "All good things must come to an end," and that is true. It's so true. It's so true. Yeah, the point, all these artists and video game companies and anyone who's out there creating things, they're trying to like make things last, like in perpetuity. Like, all right,
Yeah.
we've made this thing, and now we have to milk it for as long as we fucking can. And it's like, no, you've missed the point.
Yeah.
You need make a complete work of art that delivers on all your points, and then move on to the next thing. Don't keep milking this fucking thing that you made. Let things die. Let things
But
end.
Jelly. Borderlands 4, Jelly.
Oh, God.
Call
Sequels.
of Duty 16, 17, 18, whatever they're on.
If I was president of the United States, I would ban sequels. I would ban no more Call of Duties, no more Halos.
I don't know if I'd ban sequels.
Oh, I would. I would absolutely ban sequels. Make new shit.
I feel like I would ban going more than like 3, I feel like that would be like a good limit.
I could be convinced to compromise. I mean, I will give Nintendo a pass because they're not really sequels. It's a franchise, and they're making standalone products using the characters. See, that's a little different.
Their soul too.
That's a little different. Like if you make a franchise and you make succinct, complete stories, all separate from one another within that franchise, I think that's a little different. I mean, obviously, I guess you could say that's what the Call of Duty games are, and those are shit. But they're just shitting out copies of the same game every year, or at least I don't know about new Nintendo. You look at the history of the Mario games, and they're all, for the most part, fucking masterpieces. Even though the core of the game is the same, they're all good games,
Yeah, they're all good. They're all different, super soulful, built on different technologies. I know early on, there was sequels. I guess I'm trying to think of more recent. Has there been more recent Mario, like 3D Mario games that have had like sequels? Like, I don't even think.
Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2.
Galaxy, yeah. I mean, even that though is like not super new, right? Like,
I mean, I never played Galaxy. None of the modern 3D Mario games interest me at all. But from what I hear, Galaxy 2 is really just like DLC, essentially.
Okay.
It's just more content within the same game.
it's such a weird dichotomy, isn't it? Like one like there's like a franchise that does make sequels and they're shit, but then there's Nintendo who manages to make fucking sequels within their franchise that are like good. That's so interesting. It's so interesting that that just exists and that it hasn't been like acknowledged by the greater gaming sphere, right?
I mean, the Japanese make good shit. That's what two fucking atom bombs will do to you, I guess. And I don't want to suck Nintendo's cock too hard. They've made some real fucking stinkers.
Stinkers. Pokemon we haven't even really factored
Yeah,
into
like
this.
the modern Pokemon. I think it looks like. First of all, I think it looks like shit.
Yeah.
I think the 3D Pokemons, especially fucking what was the open world one that came out recently?
Scarlet, Violet, Sword and Shield.
Scarlet and Violet.
Too.
It looks like shit. They look like shit. Like the environments are just like procedurally generated, copy paste, like shitty hills and
Yeah.
shitty little tufts of grass. Whereas like you go to the Game Boy ones, everything in there looks fantastic and still looks fantastic because it's an art style and it's all crafted. It's all like hand crafted. They
Yep.
didn't just like copy and paste bullshit or procedurally generate bullshit. It's all was placed there intentionally with purpose and artistic like integrity in mind.
Yeah.
You know, I let's see. I started with blue. Blue's great, and then I went to Sapphire and Emerald, and then I went to Soul Silver. So like I have a really disjointed like
Progression.
history of Pokemon.
Yeah.
But all those are really great. Now I will say I did boot up Soul Silver like a year ago. I think it's ugly. I think it's ugly.
Ah.
I just hate the 3D models of the little characters. Like I want pixel sprites. That's what Pokemon was for decades, and I think it should always be that way. I think it's just 3D just looks like shit. I think it just looks like shit. Like I think there are 3D games that have done it well. I think Coliseum is 3D, Pokemon Coliseum,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap or whatever. I guess.
There's Gale of Darkness too, which is like
Yeah.
similar to.
I think
Coliseum.
they could do it well. They just haven't been doing it well, in my opinion. In my humble opinion, but I haven't played many Pokemon games. I admit I'm looking through this with rose tinted glasses because I grew up on the
Yeah.
Game Boy ones.
Yeah, no, I agree though. I mean, you know, I've kind of held this stance for a while. I am a 2D fundamentalist. Like, I feel like if they went back to 2D, like they would make some insane games. I guess I don't know. I'm kind of curious though. You didn't like Soul Silver. I mean that.
Well, I love Soul Silver as a kid. Like I played the fuck out of Soul Silver. But when I came back to it, I looked at it and I compared it to Emerald. I'm like, it just doesn't look as good. Just simply, hold on. Let me pull up a little screenshot of Soul Silver.
I mean, I guess I can kind of see where you're coming from in a way. Like it is. I don't know. I'm just looking at some like random screenshots. Like it is. It is more like muddy in its textures, like in general. I mean, granted, I still really like it. I think Soul Silver might be like my favorite game. I mean, I don't. It's weird. It's because it's 2D, but kind of not in a way.
It's not the
right?
same. Like they're still kind of pixely, but it's just like it's too soft.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, and like it loses a bit of detail as I'm looking at screenshots of this game. It looks like Animal Crossing. Like it's just too soft. It's too soft. Where like let me look up Emerald. Whereas when I look at Emerald, I just see such a sharper, more defined style. Like okay, the trees. The trees are a great example of this. The
Yeah,
trees
yeah.
in Soul Silver just look like these soft little puffy cotton candy clouds. Whereas like you look at the trees in Emerald, they have detail, they have shading, there's depth. There's depth in the trees. Like I can see the individual leaves of the tree.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, it's just so much more soulful, so much better.
Yeah,
I
it's more
think
well defined.
exactly. It's more well defined, and I think they just got. It just gets worse. Like the farther down the Pokemon fucking line you go, it just gets worse. I should look into like the art directors behind these games and like see Because like there must have been a handoff at some point. Like someone else must have taken over. Because I think they just lost their artistic vision. Yeah, just no bueno, no likey.
I just sent you that image. I don't know if we were like looking at the same one, but like yeah, I can't I
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
yeah, that's basically where I kind of see what you're saying and kind of agree in a way. It's like you can tell like the later the generation goes, the more just muddied it kind of looks, really, and it's not as detailed. It's like the contrast is like not really as good or as high. The colors, the shading or whatever there is, and yeah, and one thing I was gonna add to what you were saying too was like, yeah, the Gen 3 trees are so soulful. Like even not just in like the emeralds or the other ones, but I think even in like fire red and stuff too. Like there's an explicit handcrafted soulful design to the trees. They like look like people, or they look like a dude, like in this forest. I can get an image here. It's like so high in soul.
Yeah, you're roboting, but I'm picking up what you're putting down. Anyways, old good, new bad.
I'm gonna have to fucking edit. Shit, cut. Okay, yeah, but that pic that I sent you, that fucking trees, man. Like so much soul there. Looks like a dude. Like that shit's so cool.
Yeah, it's epic.
That shit is not prevalent in other games. Instead, even these new open world ones, it's fucking shitty, fucking twigs and straight lines and geometric fucking shapes. It's ironic. Moving more towards realism and higher graphical fidelity, but for whatever reason, modern Pokemon games specifically just look like shit, look terrible compared to other games on the Switch. Even those, I mean, we've probably all seen the screenshots and stuff at this point now, but like even like the Xeno Chronicles and all that other shit, it's like sad. It's fucking sad.
It is sad. It's sad. You know, it's always sucks. It always sucks, Sean, to see something that was good turn to shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't know, Critical Role.
Wow, wow, wee wah.
Wow, wee, wah. I don't know. Critical Role is another one where it's like, God, I just end it. Just end it. But I know they won't. They're gonna milk that fucker until it's bone dry.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It's like, just look, guys, you had a great run. You had I'll even give the benefit of the doubt to campaign 3. I'm sure it was great. I lost interest after they got separated after the first time they went to go see that red tower or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just end it. Just end it.
I
But like
get it.
you know, it's their career. It's where they make a lot of the money.
It's the
They
business.
got bills to pay. They have families to feed. I get it.
CEO and all that shit.
I get it. It just sucks because I know they're gonna bring in a Bria or Brennan Lee Mulligan to like run campaign 4, and I'm gonna kill myself.
Well, I mean, at least you're not gonna need to give them money. I might unsub if I don't like the direction they take too.
Yeah.
That is likely. But you know, we have to buy their product, guys. We have to buy a 15-minute ad read for Thorum rings and watches.
Ooh, Cash App. Ooh, Cash App. Ooh, fucking Casper mattress. Ooh, like, what does this have to do with D&D? What the fuck does Cash App have to do with D&D? That
So
was
true.
like when they started doing the Cash App ads. That's when I knew. That's when I knew. It was like, all right, this is a sinking ship, and I'm getting the fuck off. I'm getting off the ride. I do not want to be on this ride anymore.
Jelly, can I change to a more hope core topic, a more based topic?
Hold
perhaps?
on a second.
You got
Let
one
me
more
s-
in you?
I got one more bone to pick with the D&D scene, and that's Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Let's hear it.
When I see that little swarmy rat-looking motherfucker on screen, my skin crawls. I hate looking at him because he has this smug moral superiority look to him every time I see his fucking face, and it pisses me off. Because he's the type of person who he has this he's gung-ho about certain social issues, and boy howdy will he tell you about them in the most inopportune times possible. Oh, by the way, blah 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 blah, whales, global warming, or whatever the fuck he talks about. I don't listen to the guy talk. I just see clips of him sometimes and they infuriate me. He's the most virtue signaling piece of shit I have ever seen. And I've seen very little of him, but all that I have seen of him has been nothing but just virtue signaling faggotry. I cannot I know his ilk. It's all because they're all in California. That's the only reason that they're like that. That's the only reason. Because even if you go back early Critical Role and you look at them now, well, I don't know. I don't know the full history of all those voice actors. It just seems they've gotten more fucking hippy dippy. Oh, we say they them now in our campaigns. Fuck off. Fuck off. And like it's not like I have an inherent issue with shit like that. It's the intent behind it. I know you're only doing these things, you're only saying these things, you're only acting in this way to pander to this audience that you've cultivated over the years. Oh, we're just, we'll say these things, we'll include these things, we'll talk about these things. Our audience will like it and they'll give us more money. Sickening.
I get the vibe. I think a big reason you feel that way too, right, is because, they'll criticize these things, but they are, like, BLM included, like Brendan Lee Mulligan, they are the rich white elite at the end of the day, right? And like that's kind of where it's just very, very hypocritical to hear the messaging from them, right? Like that, I feel like that is like a big part of your point too, that is maybe missing.
I agree. These are the two groups of people that I do not ever want to hear talk about social issues. Anyone who is multimillionaire, I don't want to hear shit from you. Shut the fuck up. Or if you're an entertainer, if you're in the entertainment business at all, your job is to sit there and dance for me, monkey. I don't care about your fucking social opinions or your political opinions. Shut the fuck up and dance, monkey. That's what we like you for. That's why you're on this big screen. That's why I point and laugh and chuckle at you. I don't want to hear your fucking hot goss political garbage takes that you don't see. I don't think these people actually care about these issues that they talk about. They only talk about them because they're in California and that's what all the people talk about. Oh, we care about global warming. We care about saving the oceans and saving the trees. Meanwhile, you've got the worst homeless population in the fucking country.
Yeah, it's got worse too.
What are you doing for that? Oh, well, we're banning paper straws. Like, fuck off. Or not paper straws, plastic straws, whatever.
Did you see like the most recent statistic? Houselessness, I guess I should say, even is literally at a record. Like it reached like a new all-time high. Like legit. It's gotten worse and is getting worse. And is awful, and it's from these smug liberal types who maybe you won't understand this because they talk in the same language that you do and say the things that you would want to hear, but they are the 1%. Let's be real. Critical Role is this big fucking company. These guys are seasoned veteran voice actors who are running this company. They almost certainly, like you alluded to, are millionaires, if not multimillionaires. Like, it's just hard to rationalize, what they say as being, fucking the rich white elite that they are.
I don't want to hear the fortunate speaking on behalf of the less fortunate. Shut the fuck up. Let the people who are going through the shit speak for themselves. They're humans. They got their own mouths. You don't need to speak for them.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, we did just give them a lot of shit, but they've done good stuff too. Like Ashley's like foundation or whatever, they like built a fucking school for like people in another country, right? I forget the specifics on it, but like, I don't know, it's like stuff like that I feel like we hear about so infrequently because it's all about the merch, Jelly. It's all about 15-minute ad read in the middle of the show and shilling Thorum and everything else as much as possible. It just kind of blows.
That's fine. I'm totally fine if you want to go out and like use your influence, use the, the wealth and the power that you've acquired through this business and like make the world a better place. Just don't fucking like morally lecture people online about shit. Do good things in the fucking in the dark. Do them in quiet. Do not boast about them, and do not fucking wag your finger at other people for doing whatever you think is right or wrong. Just go do good in the world and shut the fuck up. So sick of people like talking about like, oh, this and that and fucking, this is right, that's wrong. You can say this, you can't say that. Suck my cock. How's that? Huh? How about you suck my cock?
This is kind of insightful though, Jelly, because it kind of makes me feel like, because the way that you feel about this and the way that you feel about art, it kind of lines up in a way, right? Like the way that you don't want art to be shown or whatever until it's like done, and the way that you feel that, these people should just, do the good things or whatever without like espousing about them or trying to like push their narrative or whatever. It feels similar to me. And that's, I don't know, that's just something I guess I've gleaned from like this conversation as being similar.
I appreciate action, Words are cheap. I don't want to hear your spiel. I don't want to hear your moral spiel, and I don't want to hear you spiel about your art. Show me the good things you're going to do and show me the art that you've been working on. Don't tell me about it. Show it to me. I don't want to hear your words. I want to see your actions. I want to see the fruits of your fucking labor.
Jelly, this reminds me of something. Have you ever done disc training?
Disc training? What is that?
It's kind of like this thing. It's like a workplace like personality quiz type thing. Everything that you've basically talked about, you would be a D style, 100%. The way that your philosophy kind of is and the things that you've talked about. To me, at least, if you took that quiz, you'd be a D style, which is like results oriented and like that kind of thing, essentially.
Well, I do like funny little quizzes, Sean. As you know, the history of the ProAnon, we love our funny little quizzes.
Yes.
We should
100%.
Is this like an online quiz we can take?
I think so. I mean, we can try looking it up maybe after this. I think I've said that like 3 times to 3 different things now at this point, but like I'm fucking forgetting what they all are, so I'll actually like type that one down.
Good.
But yeah, basically disc, it's like it's like dominant or some similar adjective. Is it inquisitive, supportive, and something else, or consciousness? I forget what they all stand for. But basically, yeah, D is like results oriented, like very straightforward, like more of like in a technical sense, like usually more often like managers or bosses or that kind of thing. But like it can apply to anyone, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I think I is like the super outgoing people who like work in like HR and some other like bullshit like that. S's are like very like feelings oriented, but like supportive.
Disgusting.
Like I mean the main S that I know is pretty cool. And then there's C, which is what I am.
Oh.
Who's very rules oriented and like order oriented.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing. Cause I'm a C lean S. Yeah, like supportive, a little bit sensitive, but also I operate under rules and order for the most part.
Well, I'm a C, D's nuts in your mouth.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Jelly.
Good one. It's a good one. Okay, yeah, we should definitely look into the quiz. I'd like to take it. I'd like us all to take it. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
One more negative thing that relates to what we were talking about. I was talking about, these fucking moral fags espousing their political opinions.
Yeah.
Boy, howdy, do I fucking hate people that care too much about politics and don't do anything. If you care about politics and you're active in like the political system trying to make change, good on you, you're probably wasting your time, raging against the machine, as they say. But at least you're doing something. At least you're trying. But for the people that just like complain and whine about, oh, this president that, oh, this senator this, oh, this policy that, it's like, what are you gonna do about it? Nothing.
Yeah.
You're gonna sit at home. You're gonna bitch and moan and complain. You're gonna go to your wagey job every day for the rest of your life, and you're gonna retire, and you're gonna die, and that's it. That's gonna be your whole life. You're never gonna change anything, ever, because you're a bitch. I'm just so sick of talk. I'm so sick of cheap talk from people and no action. I don't want to hear you complain about the current state of American politics if you're not going to do anything to change it. If you see injustice or something that you see is not right in the world, then make an effort to change it or shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear complaints about people who are too weak and too scared and too cowardly, too much of a bitch pussy to do anything about it. Be the change that you want to see in the fucking world, or keep your trap shut, bitch. And that's all I gotta say about that.
Understandable.
That's why I don't talk about politics and shit, because I don't give a fuck, because I know that the people in power are too strong. There's nothing I can do about it. And if I try to do anything about it, I'll probably get killed. So I'm just going to chill over here, live my life, worry about my shit. Yeah, that's super selfish, but at least I'm honest about it.
It's interesting that you bring this up. I've been watching, maybe you can let me know what you think about this, but I've been watching a lot of George Carlin lately. I mean, in a sense, I do. It's weird because I've found myself getting more back into political stuff, but at the same time, I do understand how, like, fruitless it is. I don't know. Like, obviously, I have nothing to do. I don't know. I'm almost thankful in a way that I'm, like, the situation that I'm in is, like, very apolitical. Oh, like, in the grand sense, my company is just, like, a retail service company, or, like, it's not... it's not anything controversial. I was joking with my coworkers about this. I was like, man, thank God we don't work in healthcare, right, guys? Lamau. It was like, oh, shit. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, part of that is due to, like, Lev and stuff, too, and also, like, Trump getting reelected. I'm like, shit, we had the wrong read, brother. People are fucking pissed. People are not happy with how things are, and we didn't understand that at all. Among many other things, obviously, like just general democratic incompetency.
Yeah, I'm so sick of hearing people like cry to the heavens, like, "Oh God, Trump got elected again." It's like nothing fucking happened the last 4 years that he was in office. Nothing changed. Like, we're still in trillions of dollars of debt. We're still have soldiers outside of the country where they don't need to be.
Bombing brown people, yeah.
We're still drone striking and fucking with other countries, and like nothing's changed. Nothing has changed in decades. It doesn't matter who the fuck the president is. My fucking annoyance with people who like whine about Trump. It's like, okay, why were you whining about Biden? Why weren't you whining about Obama? Why aren't you whining about Bush or Clinton? Or any of the other fucking presidents, because guess what? They're all pieces of shit. They're all just cogs in the machine. They're all complacent to all the bullshit that's been going on in this country for decades.
Yeah, I mostly agree with that.
Like, are we just gonna forget about all the fucking drone strikes that Obama did, and oh yeah, all the weapons he gave to Mexico? Or like he did some sort of fucking like he put trackers and guns and then gave them to the Mexicans to like, oh, we're going to track them and find their drug deals. They just took the trackers out of the guns and kept the guns. Congratulations, you just armed a bunch of fucking cartels. Retards.
Yeah, I'm not educated on that specific issue, Jelly, but what I will say, at least in regards to the drones thing, I felt similarly to you until I learned this statistic, which was, yes, obviously Obama literally is a war criminal, and obviously he did the drone strikes and all that stuff. But what you have to also consider is that Trump did 432% more drone strikes in 2 years Then Obama did an 8, and not only did he do that, he also struck down the rule or the provision to where that data is like available to the public. So that's why you noticed I said 2 years of his presidency. It's because I think later in his presidency he like, struck out that rule. So I don't know. I mean, it's not perfect
That's epic.
in any sense.
That's epic. Go Trump.
Right.
No, but yeah, of course. Trump's a fucking evil capitalist businessman. No shit, people. Where have you been the last 30 years? This shouldn't be a shock to you at all. It's like no one fucking pays attention. I mean, granted, I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, I've been paying attention to this all the time, because I'm not. But like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see like, well, yeah, he's always been this fucking asshole.
Mm-hmm.
He's always been this way. They're all fucking puppets. They're all just fucking evil little minions for the giant monster machine that we've created that is the United States government. We're all slaves to the military industrial complex.
Yeah, it's definitely a cycle that's ruthless, fucking relentless.
And before anyone who listens to this gets on my case about like me not knowing what the fuck I'm talking about with politics, yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking out of my ass here. But the overall point that I'm making is that getting angry about any particular side and then like turning a blind eye to the other side is retarded, because they're all evil. They're all shaking hands behind the curtain. Hey, guess what? We don't live in a two-party system. We never fucking have. Ever.
Yeah.
They're all on the same side. They're all actors playing a part. Trump and Kamala don't fucking hate each other. They're probably doing blow in the back of the White House as they kids on an island somewhere. Like, they're all fucking in cahoots.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah, that is true, because billionaires buy the elections and shit, and they'll take money from the same sources. And
Trump said it himself. He's funded people from both sides of the party for years. Like,
yeah,
they're all working together, man.
Yep, and there has been a trend over the last like while. It's like next upism, really. Like there isn't even any like, I don't know, it's weird. I forget what the exact statistic was, but it's like in the last, God, was it 30 or 40 years, we've had like a number of presidents, but there's only been like a couple who have broken the mold of like, well, it was kind of like supposed to be this person's turn. Like in 2016, for example, right? It was like, oh, Hillary's next or whatever, and then Trump kind of broke the mold.
It was her time, and he took it from her.
Even in 2012 or 2008, 2012, right, though, when she went against Obama, that was like another interesting like kind of breakout thing. But you got to think before that, right? It was Bush and Clinton and Bush Sr. and all these other people who are born and fucking bred of the swampy system, right? Like those are all those people in like recent memory. Was it like after Reagan, were just like all super system fucking corrupt as fuck people, really.
I mean,
for the most part.
I don't know the history of this, but like I have a sneaking suspicion that like one of the only guys who was probably on our side was the one they fucking killed, JFK, the one they shot in the fucking head in broad daylight in front of everyone, in front of the whole country, and we just kind of, that was just some guy with a sniper in a building somewhere. It was just some guy. Yeah, right. My fucking ass it was. That was the CIA fucking taking that guy out because he was shaking and moving. See, that's why I'm so perplexed. I'm so perplexed by these Trump assassinations, because I don't understand what their game is. Because if they wanted Trump dead, if he really was, quote unquote, not part of the system, and he was doing things that they didn't like, they would have killed that motherfucker day one. They had 4 years to kill the motherfucker, and they've got another 4 to do it. If he really wasn't part of the system, they would have killed him, like they did JFK. And all these failed assassination attempts are so confusing to me, because I don't understand what their game is. Are they just like
It's a hard one to manage.
are they
Yeah.
just doing it to further divide the Republicans and the Democrats? Because the failed assassination attempts will empower the Republicans to be like, yeah, fuck yeah, Trump, and then the liberals will be like, ah, oh, fuck, like the swiper no swiping. Oh man, I don't.
I mean, that seemed like I don't know. Maybe this is just like because of retrospective, I guess, but it kind of does seem like that though to me. At least like it. I don't know. It's weird because obviously he didn't really start as part of the system, but I don't know. He had 8 years since his fucking initial run. I don't know. To me, it feels like almost too good to be true. Like I don't know. But also, like how are these guys' aim so bad? You know, like they have the most clear shots on like the fattest, biggest, fucking tallest target in the goddamn world. Multiple attempts, and my man got away with a grazed ear.
Yep.
Like that's insane. That's crazy.
I just don't buy it. I don't buy that these were true assassination attempts that failed. I feel like this is just some fucking psyop. I mean, granted, everything's a fucking psyop, but I don't know. I don't know. I know that like the counterpoint to that will be, well, things are actually much simpler than they seem, and that these are real assassination attempts, and this isn't some master plan by the government. And it's like, look at the history of the CIA, brother, and come back to me. Are we just gonna forget about all the fucking crazy shit that they've done over the years that we know that they've done?
Too coincidental, truly. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm done. I'm done with this. Jelly, something else that I wanted to bring up. I have 2 points. I have 2 like last bullet points I need to get through more or less.
Okay.
One, I want to mention, I'm pretty sure this happened in the last year, maybe a little more, right? We watched Lost.
Oh.
I feel like that was something that happened.
Oh, there is a God. There is hope. Oh, I love Lost. We have to go back.
Let's all love Lost. Kino, 10 out of 10 after the rewatch. Even better.
And it was Kino, 10 out of 10 the whole fucking way through, except when they killed Ipombe. What is his name? Echo. Which I know they only killed him off because he had other priorities and he had to leave the show. That was really the only down.
Sadly.
Like the only bad part of the show was the weird way they killed Mr. Echo.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, it's a fucking 10 out of 10 show. I don't know what the fuck people were smoking. Season 6 is great. The ending is great. It's all fucking great. It's a fantastic show. And there's no sequel, there's no spin-offs, there's no additional shit.
Yep.
It is a concise story, 6 seasons. Punch, punch, punch. We're done. We're out of here. Sayonara! I love it.
Yeah.
I fucking love Lost.
It was a pleasure.
Lost gives me hope. Lost gives me joy that there's hope.
Good media. Good ass media.
I love
Evergreen.
I love
Truly. I mean, it came out. Checking my drive. Lost. 2004. Started in 2004. Some good shit.
So good, dude. So good, man. All the characters are fucking fantastic. There isn't a single bad character in that show. Like, even the characters that are annoying are good characters, like the blonde bitch and her brother.
Yep.
Still great characters, and the way that they died was fucking sick.
Exactly who I thought.
Epic. I loved it. I love the show.
It is so good. Amazing music,
Oh my
that I
God, the
fucking added in my
music.
playlists.
Oh.
So many good themes. The OST and the licensed songs too. Like both are like insanely good.
The opening and the ending, like title screens. Oh my God.
Iconic.
Dude.
Original.
So good.
Deep. So much lore. So much fucking to digest on these shots. Little props and things in the background that appear in the beginning and then appear at the end. Oh, it's so good. So good.
I really love in Lost. I think they do this very well. The like dichotomy of characters, like Jack being the man of reason and like John being the man of faith, and then you see like Jack take that role on when John dies, and like you see
It's so good.
Ben, who's this big dick motherfucker, and you just see his power and influence slowly get chipped away until the very end. He just loses it because he was the big top dog, and now he's his idol Jacob has cast him aside and basically said that you're nothing. You were nothing, and you'll always be nothing. It's like so sick.
It's fucking amazing. The set pieces, just everything. Costume design, characters, everything. Everything's so good. All the backstory galore.
Oh, dude, I loved it. Oh, and the fucking the sound when they go back in time. When they go to a flashback, the sound, and when they flash back forward, so my god, I'm gonna bust.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. The people were smoking crack. Ending was great. I don't know what people are on. And what's my other point? I forget. Did I bring this up with you? So this was my other point, was that the classic fuck updates, right? We all know that one. Did I tell you that it's making its yearly rounds again in terms of being a viral video?
You did not tell me. I do love seeing that video, but boy do I hate the comments because no one gets that it's a joke. Everyone in the comments is like, well, if you do this, you can defer. Shut up. You don't understand the joke.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Everyone takes it very, very seriously and sincerely, which is hilarious. But yeah, Kajora showed it to me, and he was like, have you seen this? And I was like, oh no, what's this? It's I hate these updates daily on Instagram. And they try to post it every day. And it's interesting, the account, I think it's 20 days in or something. It's got a couple thousand followers, it's it's not anything crazy, but it's just another one of those funny things where it's man, it's just making the rounds again. And I think a couple of the reels had a couple 100,000 views.
Oh, I'm sure Jesse would blow a gasket if he heard that. All that views that are not going to him, and all those people that don't know where that's from or who that is.
I've yet to see credit, I think. I think I may have seen one or two comments that mentioned his name, but no, everyone just memes it up. Everyone's like, man, why is Alvin? Because it's the sped up version, it's not the original.
Jesus.
Yeah. And then everyone's like, oh, reasonable crash out, TBH. It's the Zoomer lingo or whatever, Gen Alpha.
It's stuff like that makes me really empathize with Jesse and his fucking visceral hatred for the internet.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, when fucking the iPhone came out and Facebook went public and Twitter came out, that was the end. That was the beginning of the end for the internet. When all the normies started flooding the fucking internet and just ruining it. Awful.
Yeah, man.
Normies ruin everything. The general masses must be cold. And when I'm in charge, things are gonna change around here. Certain people won't be around anymore, Sean. I won't name any names, but, I think we both know.
They definitely don't start with your initial.
Oh, no. Of course not.
I think we're winding down. I've run out of points unless you had any other thing or things.
I did have one more thing I wanted to bitch about. This has always fucking bothered me. This has happened to me multiple times with multiple different friends where I will make, this happened recently with a group of friends. We're trying to make plans to go to a theme park together, and one of the friends was like, ooh, I don't know if I can, maybe. And this was a month ahead of, the date that we had picked. It was a month ahead of time. We had more than enough time to plan and make time. And they were like, ooh, I don't know if I can, maybe. And it's like, how do you as a grown ass adult do not have the capabilities to schedule things out a month in advance? You are the one in control of your schedule. You're the one who knows where you should and shouldn't be in a month from now. You're telling me you can't just make time for one night to go to a theme park with us? so fucking infuriating.
I mean, we know that we learned this lesson before, right? It's like Simon.
Yeah, fuck you,
Is
Simon.
someone who gave Simon Inside Baseball. Simon was supposed to be here too, but then shenanigans ensued, and then Simon was not here. But that gives us full rights to shit talk them.
And shit talk them we will. Yeah, no, it's just I hate whenever I ask someone like, hey, are you available to do this, or do you want to go do this or that? And they're like, I don't know, maybe. And it's like, oh, I can't do anything with a maybe, motherfucker. Tell me yes or no. Yes or no. I just
Sometimes I feel like I'm that guy in a way, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I for me it's like I have to like think about my commitments and stuff. Like even I don't know. I'm not gonna say like obviously I'm not gonna like miss tomorrow, but I know like something is happening. Like I have some like family coming over or something at some point. But I don't know, I think I'm still gonna make it. You know, there's no good reason I'm not gonna make it tomorrow. But I'm also wary of like, I hope they're not gonna like expect me to like go with them somewhere or whatever or anything. It's like I think they're just like staying the night and then they're like staying somewhere else for like a different portion of their trip or whatever. So I don't know. I'm hoping I don't have any issues. I'm assuming I won't have any issues, but I don't know. Maybe that'll be the fucking downfall of me, for all I know.
Yeah, I really, it really fucking grinds my gears when, people are like, oh, I'm just too busy. I just don't have the time. Like, you have the time, motherfucker. You're just bad at managing your time. Or the alternative, you just don't want to hang out. And if you don't, that's fine, but just fucking be upfront with me like an adult and just say that. Don't like ignore me or give me excuses or any of that fucking nonsense. I don't know. It's just something that's fucking been really, really getting my goat lately, just because it's been happening a handful of times. Not even really with Simon. We joke, we josh, we jerk, we jork, we joke with Simon, but that's fine. Simon lives in we're all online friends, none of us live anywhere near one another to where we could like hang out in person on a regular basis. I don't expect anyone in the ProAnon to just like sit around and wait for people to beckon them in a call on Discord. Like, I get it. You got a life.
Not
you got
anymore.
a life outside of Discord. That's fine. But like when I don't see my IRL friends too much, and we make a plan for something as a group, and we give you a month fucking ahead of time, we're like, baby, die.
Jelly's done. Jelly's tired of the meandering, the shenanigans, the tomfoolery.
I'm also just tired, and my voice is getting scratchy. I'm out of topic, Sean. That's all I had to say.
Yeah, I think this has been a good one. I think this has been insightful, lengthy, deep,
girthy,
turgid, as they say. Yeah, I think we're good for the next 2 years, Jelly. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
we're good.
I think so. Did you say turgent?
Turgid.
Turgid. That reminds me, Sean, of another word that you used recently. Oh yeah, touche. The one you don't know how to fucking use properly. All right, I'm done.
I did.
I'm done. Listeners, but as the music plays us out, just understand this motherfucker Sean does not know what the word touche means.
I just didn't follow it up properly. Indeed.
I'm gonna follow your head up with a baseball bat and knock your head right off your shoulders, Sean. All right, bye. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye. Watch the ProAnon cast.
Bye.
Yeah. I'm supposed to be working right now. I'm supposed to be working right now. But I'm not working. I'm doing nothing. My dick I'm jerking. Myself I'm sucking. I am an asshole. I am a stupid. I've got a deadline. Don't wanna do it. What the hell is wrong with me?
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.